Welcome back. This is the Cowboys Fan Show. Now, here in this segment, we like to take your questions from social media. Send those to us on Facebook. You can find us at the Cowboys Fan Show. We have our page on Twitter at Cowboys Fan Show. We're also on YouTube. Check out our YouTube channel, the Cowboys Fan Show. Send us your questions using the hashtag CowboysFS. That's CowboysFS for Cowboys Fan Show. Simple enough, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So our first question comes to us from Tago out in Santa Rosa. He wants to know, excuse me, is Dak really playoff ready following this week's loss to the Giants?
I certainly hope so, but I don't believe that he is. I don't think that he's the best quarterback on this team, to be honest with you, and I think that he's got a lot to learn, and I think that he has the ability to learn some of these things from Tony Romo. Tony Romo gets behind center, and you see him week in, week out, when he's healthy, that is. Calling out the mic, calling out the defenses, changing plays in the huddle, and Dak doesn't really have the ability to do that yet. The one thing that really stood out to me in this game right now was he was just awful with the play action. Terrible. Anytime he had to turn his back to the defense, he looked lost when he turned back around. 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, and he's still taking sacks. He's trying to look downfield. You saw it. I mean, he didn't really use his legs in this one. I mean, a couple of those sacks that he took, I feel like he could have moved the pocket around a little bit, and he didn't. He was having trouble adjusting to the defense after having his back turned to them initially. So he's a rookie, and he looked like a rookie. Everybody knows that he ran a spread offense in college, so this is new to him. Having to turn around and turn his back to the defense when he's under center, and turn around and readjust to the defense and see, because I mean, a lot of these NFL defenses, they're made to fool you.
Right. They're
going to get in one position, and then they're going to show blitz, they're going to drop into coverage. So when his back is turned, he's trying to run play action. I mean, he just looked lost when he turned around there. He was very uncomfortable with that, and he looked like a rookie. So is he playoff ready? Maybe, yeah, but I don't believe that you're going to win a Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback who can't run the play action like that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and especially on Sunday, Dak Prescott, like Scott said, he absolutely looked like a rookie. But to be fair, it is only his, 13th game in the NFL. He hasn't had a whole lot of time. He found out about, 2 weeks prior to the season starting that he would be the starting quarterback.
Man,
and at that time it was just interim while Tony was hurt. Well, he goes on a tear, leads Dallas to this 11-2 record, and here we are now. I'm actually just going to go ahead and segue straight into the second question. Jason Garrett says that Dak Prescott is the starting quarterback going forward. Scott, is this the right or wrong choice?
That all depends on how you look at it. I mean, is it the right choice for our future? Sure. I don't think that Romo's going to be with this team next year. I know that Jerry Jones came out this week and said that he thought he was going to be able to talk him in to staying next year and that he wants him there next year. And I don't think that that's a terrible idea, because if you look at it, I mean, if we cut Tony Romo, we're looking at like $19.7 million in dead money.
Yeah.
And that's tough. I mean, if you do it post-June 1st, you can actually spread that out over 2 years, but that's still a lot of dead money. I believe that Dak is the future. But I don't believe that he's our best opportunity to win a Super Bowl this year. So, and I'm not knocking Dak. I'm not saying, oh, he's not ready, he's a rookie, we should sit him down or whatnot. Like, I want to see him develop. And I love this team. I love the guy. I think he's a great kid. I think that he's a winner. I think that he's got a lot to learn. But, I mean, we're talking about not a lot of football left, Tyler. I mean, if he can't learn how to win a Super Bowl and run play action better from now until January, I think you got to go with number 9.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we haven't seen number 9 at all this year. In the one series that we did see him, he broke his back. Going back to last year, we saw him come out, play a half against the Panthers, broken collarbone once again. That's my thing with Tony, is this guy, you just don't know if he can take that hit. And over the years, it's gotten a lot worse. We saw him early in his career. He was out there scrambling around, evading pressure, still taking some hits, but he wasn't as frequently injured as he is now as he gets up there in age.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, Dak Prescott looked like absolute garbage on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, he looked terrible.
It was bad.
It was bad. He looked like a rookie.
Very bad.
I mean, he was lost out there. They were trying to run play action. They couldn't. It didn't fool anybody, so they had to start doing these, the bootlegs. They've seen it. They were onto it. The fake pitches, the fake read option. No matter what, all you're doing is you're loading the box and trying to make him pay, and he just couldn't do it. He was lost out there.
Yeah, I do think sticking with Dak Prescott is the right option going forward. This team has had an exceptional chemistry on offense so far this season, aside from the past 2 games where we played the Minnesota defense and the New York defense. This team has just been on a tear. The chemistry, they've just been firing on all cylinders, team-wide. It hasn't even just been one person getting off. It's been Dez, it's been Cole, it's been Witten, it's even been Terrence Williams a few weeks. And, of course, the MVP, Zeke Elliott. But I do think Dak Prescott is the correct choice because even if you do go far, and I'm not saying I'm content with this by any means, but even if you do go far and lose in that NFC Championship or lose in the Super Bowl, how many times is a rookie quarterback, that's had this kind of start to a season actually able to get there and get that experience? I think that experience is probably the best teacher that he has at this point.
I completely and totally agree. The only thing that I want to say about that is I don't think that if we have an opportunity to win a championship with number 9, I don't think that you trade that to get a guy experience so that he can win a championship later.
Yeah, agreed. We'll move on. Now, in other news, Darren McFadden is expected to be activated this week and brought up to the 53-man roster. Scott, what kind of impact is he going to have?
Probably a big one on special teams.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still upset that Zeke only got the ball 9 times in the second half of the last game. I don't see anybody taking touches away from him. I mean, we got a 2-time Pro Bowler back there, and Alfred Morris already, who's a phenomenal back who's played in the same type of blocking scheme that we run and excelled, and he's not taking away carries from Zeke. I just don't see how he's going to play or where he's going to play. Maybe he's going to be the new 3rd down back instead of Dunbar. But I honestly believe that whatever this move is made out of, it's to benefit special teams.
Yeah, it should be. Like you said, Zeke Elliott only had 24 carries on Sunday Night Football. He should have had at least 32 plus.
Yeah, 15
at
in the first
very
half.
least.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It makes just no sense to me. But at the same time, as you said, Alfred Morris, happy belated birthday, by the way, Alfred. His birthday was on Monday. Lance Dunbar, we saw a little bit of him on Sunday night, which we haven't seen too much this season with him coming off that ACL tear from last year. Although I would say I would definitely take Lance Dunbar over Darren McFadden, especially at this stage in their careers, with McFadden coming off that elbow injury, where he dropped his phone or something, and broke his elbow, something ridiculous like that.
Slipped in the shower.
The only thing I can see at this point is maybe trying to use it for trade bait.
I don't think so.
I have no idea.
Honestly, I mean, when you take a look at Lance Dunbar and the role that he plays in this offense, he's losing touches to a guy like Lucky Whitehead. We used to run sweeps and we used to run, like the short and the screen passes with him, and those are all going to Lucky Whitehead right now because he's the fastest guy on the team. Lance Dunbar is not anymore. When you saw him in this game against the Giants on 3rd down and 3rd and long, we weren't running screen plays with this guy. We weren't getting passes to him. He was in there blocking.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's a great special teams player. Lance Dunbar is. He should be back there on special teams, but he's not the blocker that Darren McFadden is. If he's activated and he's going to have an active role in this offense, I believe it's to be that 3rd down back. Darren McFadden's also a phenomenal pass catcher. He's quick. He's done it all before. He can hit the outside, so he can do anything that Dunbar can there, but I think he's a better blocker. So if we're not going to be playing Zeke on 3rd down, we're going to have him resting on those 3rd downs, I don't think that you have Dunbar in there blocking. He's a little guy. I think you have McFadden in there blocking, and you move Dunbar to special teams. Which he's already there, but I mean, you just get him the reps,
Right. And what little of what we did see of Dunbar, he looked a little scared. And to be fair, coming off of an ACL injury, that is a devastating injury. It does take a lot of time for you to get, fully comfortable, even if you get that far.
Yeah.
A lot of people are still afraid to make those sharp cuts, and take those big push-offs whenever you're starting your sprint and whatnot. So, you can't really hold Dunbar too accountable for that. It hasn't even been an entire year, I don't think.
He didn't get drafted to block.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody's ever going to sign Lance Dunbar to block for you. So I mean, he's out of his element right now, and I think that's what this is all about.
Of course. So we'll move right along, ladies and gentlemen. We got to head to commercial. We'll be right back. This is the Cowboys Fan Show.